As a Tesla financial backer, where do you see Tesla's market cap in the following several years? The previous months have been challenging for Tesla, similarly as it's been for pretty much every car organization anyway. The vehicle organization has begun the new year with staggering interest and a vertically moving stock cost, yet assuming it continues to move like this, Tesla's market cap is certain to rise dramatically, conceivably returning to $1 trillion in valuation. Hello folks, invite back to Tesla tomorrow. In the relatively recent past, Tesla had a $1 trillion valuation and was important for a minuscule yet selective club of organizations that had gotten through the edge anyway. There are only 3 organizations that have stayed in this gathering, and they remember Apple. Microsoft and Letter set for 2021. Tesla procured a spot on this rundown when the automaker's market cap outperformed a $1 trillion marker, interestingly on account of a rising offer cost that followed solid profit and news that Hertz would purchase a few $1 billion worth of Tesla vehicles. Arriving at this achievement was a gigantic accomplishment for Tesla, putting it in a tip-top gathering of organizations that at the time likewise included Amazon and Facebook, in spite of the fact that Tesla was still in the shadows of Apple and Microsoft's $2 trillion or more market covers. Tesla's portion cost had hit $10.3663 prior to settling at just shy of $10.25, a market close for a valuation of $1.01 trillion. Anyway, stock with Tesla had fallen hard, losing almost 60 of its worth, very much like Facebook, which initially hit the $1 trillion marker in June. It ultimately had its valuation matched up to around $927 billion. While Tesla's valuation might have fallen definitely since this period, there is as yet a likelihood that the vehicle organization will arrive at the $1 trillion valuation point. Once more yet, could this truly be conceivable? We should figure it out yet before we do. In the event that you like this kind of happy, remember to hit that like button, buy in, and turn on warnings to push state-of-the-art on everything along on with Tesla. Over an extended time, Tesla doesn't appear as though it will run off the street, and clearly the automaker actually has a lot of chances for development. While assessment will require a close to significantly increasing incentive for Tesla stock, it is as yet conceivable that financial backers might require persistence to sit tight for various years for that to occur. Elon Musk and Tesla have carried electric vehicles into the standard, and keeping in mind that there were different EVs before Tesla, it was the Roadster that changed the car business because of the scope of the battery, its speed increase, and the cost, which made it equivalent to internal combustion vehicles. Tesla is generally liable for carrying the electric vehicle into the public eye by presenting the Roadster as a likely choice for purchasers with its fantastic highlights. Now that the organization has a full setup of fairly reasonable EVs for shoppers, heritage automakers scramble to make up for lost time. Tesla has lost over a portion of its worth since April due to monetary slumps and expanding contests in the EV area, and some examinations are addressing whether Tesla could turn into a $1 trillion stock again in the future. Since holding the title in 2022, Tesla stock has dropped in esteem by more than 60%, and bulls and bears both have their own variants of what the automaker's future could hold. Tesla deals have been developing across Europe throughout recent months, so its scratch in the German car market may simply be starting to find its sweet spot. Tesla surpassed Volkswagen as the nation's smash-hit electric vehicle brand, and it just arrived at an enormous new deal. Achievements last month showed the organization's progress with development. Tesla deals in Germany hopped up by 912.2% year-over-year in January, with 4,241 EVs sold during that month. This deal addressed 2.4% of Germany's auto market, all in all during the month, and by and large, because of the automaker's opening of a new gigafactory last year, as Tesla just formally opened up its gigafactory in Berlin-Brandenburg. The year-over-year achievement looks considerably more noteworthy, and keeping in mind that January's deals went that great for Tesla as of late, the correlation with January 2022 focuses to how much the automaker has had the option to increase homegrown creation in Germany inside the last year. In like manner, Tesla is additionally increased its creation with its 4680 battery. In ongoing news, Tesla gave a report on the advancement of sloping up the 4680 battery cell creation, and it is sure that they are gaining ground. The automaker likewise seems, by all accounts, to be decreasing conditions on the new cell. Tesla's way to deal with utilizing monster projecting machines to make their vehicle bodies with only a couple huge Projected parts is really getting on in the car business. In 2021, the vehicle organization expressed that it is working with about 6 different automakers adopting a similar strategy. Considering Tesla's essentials clearly, it will make a most $10,000 for each all of its vehicles conveyed, and there are additionally potential outcomes that this benefit per vehicle might increment before very long, further driving it to a $1 trillion valuation anyway. This may not be basically as simple as it initially appears, and there are a few reasons regarding the reason why it might take some time for Tesla to recapture this market cap, essentially deciding by what amount of time it required for different organizations to arrive. Apple took the longest to raise a ruckus around town of over 37 years after it began exchanging in 1980, followed by Microsoft, which required a smidgen over 33 years. Amazon required 21 years, and Google, interestingly following the 15 years normal for organizations, arrived at a $1 trillion benchmark to slip back underneath it. Going by the troubles that the automaker looked into in the previous months, it is just normal that Tesla's valuation would endure a shot in spite of the normal development popular for EVs. Tesla and different makers have various obstacles that they have to overcome to make accomplishing their objectives more practical. Tesla's interest is set up by tax breaks and press cuts, and on the off chance that those deals disappear, the expansion could vacillate. Act passed in August provided another variety of motivators for the following couple of years, and keeping in mind that Tesla's interest may not be completely subject to this, the tax reduction is as yet one justification for why Tesla's interest is developing. One more test that Tesla must defeat is the impacts of EVs on the electrical matrix. The electrical lattice will be seriously worried by every one of the EVs that fits into charge, and it should be redesigned, which may not be plausible or modest to achieve, as this will bring about enormous expenses for creating, communicating, and putting away power. Likewise, EV creators face taking off costs for boundless assets, especially for the batteries expected to control their vehicles. Lithium, for instance, is a critical part of EV batteries, and it right now costs multiple times more than it did quite a while ago. Electric vehicles additionally require significant measures of graphite, cobalt, uncommon earth metals, and nickel, and the all-out worldwide creation of these metals can't meet the demand for them, despite the fact that there are opportunities for Tesla to accomplish the $1 trillion. The genuine inquiry is whether Tesla can keep up with this market cap. Tesla is confronting expanded competition in the EV market from significant automakers. Clear Engines has as of late delivered a model that has a reach that is around 100 miles farther than a Tesla, which is possibly making Clear more alluring for vehicle purchasers. Tesla needs to continually manage the rising competition in the EV business, and to do this, it needs to consistently work on its product and send off additional thrilling items into the market. Tesla is making some harsh memories selling vehicles in China, despite the fact that deals in November were up for the long term of a year. It was a consequence of reducing costs and giving more prominent impetuses to purchasers. The 100,000 vehicles sold were likewise 50% of what Chinese competitors sold, and rivalry in Europe is additionally expected to be savage too. It is imperative that while Tesla may ultimately arrive at a $1 trillion market cap, very much like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Letter, there are various reasons concerning why the automaker contrasts from the remainder of the gathering. Tesla's deals and profit are far lower than others, and the automaker's gauge for the following several years is definitely not exactly that of Amazon and Apple, albeit the vehicle organization outperformed Facebook, whose offers are slipping further following the arrival of an enormous store of inside records. In like manner, Tesla president Elon Musk actually has his consideration somewhere else and may not be completely centered around the vehicle organization. How about Tesla return to a $1 trillion valuation? Let us stand on down below, and to know more about what Tesla's been doing over the most recent couple of days, feel free to tap on this next video on your screen. See you there.